Oh, hi! So listen, we're gonna have a poorly lit chat while I replace some buttons on the skirt because, hilariously, the video I was originally gonna post today is something I made for my friend's 1-year-old for their car seat, like a little poncho thing. It's a fun thing to put together. Though it is a video on how to make something for a child, it is not a video for a child. Does that make any sense? And the reason this is all buck wild timing for everything is this COPPA bullshit. I will link to 2 other videos in the description that I was watching while I was eating my breakfast. As you can see, I have just finished, so I'm real riled up about it. They have more information, more eloquent links to other things so you can take action as soon as I'm done filming this and kind of mull over my thoughts a little more. I will be adding a comment to the FTC website. I encourage you all to do the same and sign the petition to not let this go through as is. So, I'm not an expert on this. I am not offering this as legal advice, but just to give a little rundown and at least my frustration this far into it, it is much shittier than I initially anticipated it to be. Sometime last week when I was uploading a video, either my Wednesday or Saturday video, there was a little blue bar along the top of the screen that said you are legally required to mark this as made for kids or not. I'm paraphrasing, but like a warning and the words legally required to do a thing. And then I also got an email from YouTube. Okay, hold on, let me pick out some buttons for this skirt. I'm just replacing these brown cat eye buttons that are just very not my aesthetic. So I'm gonna swap them out for something more Hufflepuffy probably. Let me get my button collection because I am stressed out and sorting through this collection of shit and hand sewing things calms my brain down, and I have so much work to do today and I need to be in a better headspace. So that is why super ranty discombobulated Joe is coming at you today. Anyways, so once I looked into the information given in the email from YouTube about the COPPA thing and you having to mark your channel or specific videos as made for kids or not made for kids, I made the decision to mark my entire channel as not made for kids. They're specifically not made for kids. It is a lot of crafting videos. That's what I do as an adult person, is I make things with my hands. I think even looking at my YouTube analytics, I don't have anyone under 18 watching my videos. Can I just mark my channel as above 18 or does it not matter? Don't you have to be 13 to even have a fucking YouTube account? I'm sure all these questions have been asked. It's just very stressful. None of my stuff is made for children. I would not call it kid-friendly either because I'm drinking and swearing. As previously mentioned, there are projects that are for people to make things for children, but not necessarily projects for kids to be doing. I do think some kids are capable of, but they're not directed to them. And I definitely do use a fair amount of characters in some of the things that I make. So because of those factors, I am kind of in a gray area. Okay, so what I have surmised as far as what will happen to my channel is if, say, the FTC sees one of my videos, maybe I happened to not swear. It's not like I have a swearing quota for every video, it's just how I talk. You could make the argument that videos where I am not drinking and not swearing could be attractive to kids, I guess, because they're crafts. So it sounds like if you mark something as not made for kids and the FTC decides it is made for kids, regardless of your intention as the creator. I need to take a before photo of the skirt I'm working on. You can get fined up to, I think the number was $1,000 per violation, like per video. Now, I don't know if that's going to be a standard amount that they hit you with the full extent every time, but any fine of any sort for something like that sucks. It still feels like the wild, wild west out there. So I understand there being desires to have more regulations about things. I don't think this is the way to do it though. And isn't there a whole separate platform called YouTube Kids? Why not that? Okay. Let's reel it in. I still haven't even picked out the buttons. Okay. You know what? I might use these star buttons. I'm also feeling extra Ramona Flowersy today with this color palette I have happening. It's a little bit louder of an outfit I tend to go for. It's very, I don't know, it feels like something someone fashionable would wear, so I almost felt like I'm not allowed to, but fuck that. Anyways, back to the topic at hand, which at this point you may be wondering, so what's the big deal about having your videos marked made for kids? Well, my dear comrades, bunch of stuff, and I'm probably not even scraping the surface with the main issues I have with it. So the first one that everyone is complaining about, and I will also add my voice to this, is you can't have targeted ads on any videos marked made for kids. That doesn't mean it won't show targeted ads for the kids watching your videos. It means no one watching that video will get a targeted ad, which, just to pull the curtain back a bit, you make 60 to 90% more off of a targeted ad versus a general ad. This is not as big of a factor for me because I only make $10+ per month off of videos. I have been doing 2 videos a week. I have been adding ads at the end of the videos, and this time of year the ad rates go up just because people are spending more money because of the holidays. So that has increased to closer to $20 a month. Losing that revenue is not going to stop me from making videos, but that adds up, and getting a $100 check once or twice a year has saved my ass a couple of times. I don't know if y'all know this, but I don't have a ton of cushion with my finances. I could certainly go out and find a full-time job and just do this less often as a hobby, but I view it as one of multiple part-time jobs that I'm doing. So having that extra little bit of money coming in every so often is a nice additional incentive. That is not the deal breaker issue for me here. The thing that I think sucks the most for how I use YouTube as a creator here is that it will take away the comment section and the community, and that's why I'm here. That is why I do this as often as I do, and why I have prioritized this as one of my part-time jobs. It's oh cool, I'm crying now? It's something that has kept me going through some of the worst times in my entire life, is having you all around and sharing encouragement and positivity and things you've been making, and sharing your channels and your videos and things that you care about. Makes me excited to post new stuff. Not that I'm like, oh, I can't wait till I get as many comments as possible. I genuinely look forward to when I post a video, it's like I'm initiating a conversation with you partway through the week or on the weekend, where I feel like I'm the person sending the first text being like, hey, how's it going? I just did this super wild thing and I thought about you and just wanted to say hi. That's how my videos feel. And thankfully there's a bunch of you that want to tell me how you're doing, or talk about your thoughts, or give me tips on how to improve the project next time, and have requests. And I would not continue doing this the way I do it. Just it'd take the fun completely out of it for me if it weren't for the comment section and getting to interact with all of you, and you all having a place to talk to each other and share stuff. Fuck, how does this affect live streams? Can you do them? Why do a live stream without having a comment section? There's so much to this that just hurts, and because of that being a potential thing I could lose, I am not willing to mark any of my shit made for kids. The other thing I did not learn until watching the Nerdy Crafter video, where she was also talking with someone who used to practice law but is now a family vlogger, who sounds like the ideal person to be giving his opinions on this. If you are viewing content that is marked made for kids, you will then be treated like a child viewer, and you won't be shown ads and won't be able to support those creators. To what extent that goes, I'm not sure. Links to the 2 most helpful videos I have watched so far in the description, and both of those have links to courses of action we can take. I plan to do this also. And, you know, I'm coming at this as a person who doesn't have their own kids. There are kids in my life that I certainly care about and want to make sure they're not exposed to things that they shouldn't be on the internet. Having been a kid on the internet, I know that's such an impossible task. But if you are aware of any of this, if this is all new to you, and you care about the creators you like, because this is gonna fuck over a lot of people. Again, I'll still be here until I get hit, I guess. At this moment, willing to take that risk. I have such a small channel, and I know this is a very ignorant way to look at it, but I feel like I'm probably flying under the radar. I'm not sure what else to do, because I don't want to go away. I want to fight this, and I work too hard, and the DIY community here and every community I'm part of on here has been working too hard for too long for it to all just get ripped out from under us. We've all been building these friendships and collaborative projects, and I'm not willing to lose that. As I was getting at, or maybe repeating at this point, I would like to know your thoughts and feelings, and you know, if you just want to like rage mash buttons into a comment under this video because that's how you're feeling, absolutely go for it, because I understand how you're feeling. I just don't know. Also, button update. Very into it. I'm gonna finish this last little dude over here. God, don't you wish it was just easy to make things? I remember when YouTube wasn't about making money, and honestly, maybe shutting ads off completely is the answer. I don't know if that would fix the problem for me. I feel very, very lucky because I have 20 or so patrons, and you've all had my back there for so long that it greatly outweighs any income that I make on YouTube. So maybe that can also be some kind of payoff for y'all, is because I have patrons. You don't have to watch ads on my shit. Let me know what you think about that. Is that something reasonable? I just don't know. I just don't know. Things are gonna get very difficult and dark on this platform after January. Although I guess this is kind of how things felt. No. This feels worse. This very much feels worse than the YouTube partnership thing. There's so much gray area. There's so many unanswered questions with this. Like, no one seems to know what the fuck made for kid content even is. There's such a broad, unspecified spectrum of categories, and it all sucks. And I'm pissed, and I'm sad, and I'm scared, and just kind of feel like I'm lost at sea. But also every other content creator I can think of is also flailing about in the water, and no one even seems to know how we got in there. I don't know. I think I lost the analogy there. But yeah, rather than repeating myself again, let me know your thoughts. Let's talk about it. I'll link to those videos I mentioned earlier in the description. I highly recommend you check them out, because this was probably not a ton of helpful information. It was just me complaining a lot and taking a very long time to sew on 3 buttons. But hey, I have a skirt that I'm much more excited to wear. I have decided I'm just gonna start channeling my inner Ramona Flowers when I get dressed in the morning, and this is gonna help. Even in my Hufflepuff gear, I feel like if Tonks and Ramona were in the same universe, they would hang out. What house do you think Ramona would have been in? Can I also add that request that you tell me what Hogwarts house you think Ramona Flowers would end in, so it isn't just despair in the comments? Okay, this went so much longer than I meant to. This is just gonna be like a quick thing, but I do feel both worse and better. I've thought about it more, it's sinking in more, but I also feel like it's not just me dealing with this, which it has something helpful to it. And I will see you all back here with another video on Saturday, I guess. I apologize for my very callous tone here at the end. This is how I get when I am trying not to panic.